it was impossible to live there. I mean, and then that's why we tried to come to the United States and save the children. But, you know, the most important thing to save the children. My name is Ofelia Bori from Cuba. I was born in December 22nd, 1930. It was wonderful. It was, I mean, beautiful, wonderful. Since I was born, my childhood was very happy, very good. And my growing up as a teenager was the same thing, and the school and dancing, and you know, was really nice, beautiful. And I got married, and you know, wonderful married, because my husband was a really, really good person. And I started having my children, and then I have 8 children, 7 living, and then 1 died. Percy is the first one, then Barrera, then George, Albert, Hector, Gloria, Raymond. That is the last one.
My name is Percy Bori Jr. I'm the oldest son of the 7 children that left Cuba. We enjoyed a wealthy social status, grew up with all sort of possibilities, and allowed to enjoy what it was at the time a free country.
My name is George Louis Bori. I was born in Manzanillo, Cuba in 1953. My childhood in Cuba was very enjoyable prior to the Castro Revolution. I always remember, you know, getting to go with my dad back to the ranch. That was my favorite thing to do. Loved to go out to the ocean and walk along there, and everything all changed drastically after Castro.
My name is Hector Bori. I was born in Manzanillo, Cuba, June 12, 1960. The things I remember about Cuba is the home that we lived in was the Bori Palace, a very large home. Playing outside on the street, and we lived about 2 blocks away from the ocean.
My name is Gloria Maria Bori Williams. We came from Cuba in 1968. I was 4 years old, just about to turn 5. We had cultural things that we enjoy, the music, the dancing, the get-togethers, the family togetherness.
The Cuban people is very, very happy all the time, and very familiar, you know, with friends, and you know, with everybody. I mean, in a place that you were so happy to live there, because everything was very good, very good. Cuba was going to be free, that we were free, but I mean, he was saying, you know, all those things. The revolution was really bad, with a lot of people killed.
Once they found out that we were aspiring to leave Cuba, that we had made an application to do so, and he was told that he could not work anywhere.
Communism at my age was, I was going to school, and you were dressed in uniform. I remember standing at the other side of your desk. There was a big picture on the front of the schoolroom, and we all stood up and had kind of like a pledge allegiance to Fidel Castro. I think at the beginning everybody was for the Fidel Castro, because he was first was saying that he was a socialist, and then later on he announced to the Cuban people he was going to go communism. Once the people found out that he was going to go communist, a lot of people went underground. Both of my uncles did, They were persecuted and fought against Fidel Castro.
Government took over our properties, our farm, our buildings, our everything. And in 1967, I was drafted to the Cuban Army.
They came that afternoon. They told him that they no longer own the farm, that the government was taken over, and but that they wanted him to stay as a manager. And of course, Dad said no, and getting the family together and saying, we lost everything there at the ranch. And from there, just that's when the determination was to leave Cuba.
Where Castro put his hand, was ruined. When he took over and he started doing so very bad things, we were start getting, panic. I mean, we're saying, this is bad. I mean, we have to go. We have to leave. We have to take the children out here. We don't want they to grow up, I mean, in something like that and leave everything that we have.
We were only able to come with just a little bit of clothing each, and no money, no jewelry of any kind, not even wedding rings. That my parents had to leave behind their wedding rings. Anything of value was confiscated at the Cuban airport before we got on the flight to come from Cuba to Mexico City.
After that, we were living here in the United States. The first thing is that we in New York found the LDS church. The church helped us, to the max.
Coming into New York City and seeing the tall buildings, basically, a place made out of concrete, it was somewhat shocking. It was certainly tremendously different from what I came from. The coldness of the people, the unfriendliness, the uncaring, like everybody's on a survival mode for just themselves. There are a lot of immigrants in New York City from all over the place. Those who were from the exterior tended to be much friendlier, much more inclusive, I guess, than the actual American New Yorkers.
6 kids and my parents in a little Manhattan apartment. It was tight. Really don't have much of a memory of it other than that I didn't know what was going on or what they were saying.
Adapting myself to a new culture, a new language, a new religion, all sort of a new society, the fact of living again in a free country. It took a little bit of adaptation again, not only to all those things, but accepting the fact that I was back again with my family and ready to start a new life.
I would say that I am proud to be Cuban. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm more proud of the legacy that my parents left us than anything, being the selfless, amazing examples that they are of goodness and selflessness and self-sacrificing for us, us, their children. I'm endlessly proud to be an American and grateful for the freedom that this country has provided for us all, and the opportunities to have successful lives. And to come with literally nothing, but to have been given every opportunity, every blessing to be able to have all that we do have. And we have a lot.
I am a Cuban. That's where I was born, in Cuba. But I am now a United States citizen. I love this country. I love the United States. Any memories that I would have in Cuba about our house in Manzanillo and the ranch, cattle ranch in Gamboa, it's all been destroyed. Everything is not like it used to be. So going back to some place that I have no ties to it now anymore.
Countries can change from great prosperity to basically total destruction, And as I like to say, that I feel that I'm more American than a native-born American because I chose to be an American.
Freedom, has no price. Freedom is something fundamentally given to us by God, and those who understand the principle of what it really means will fight to the end to keep it.
I am very, very happy that we came from Cuba and then that we live here. And then, you know, I say thank you to him, my Heavenly Father, all the time to found the church, for him to put us, you know, in that way, my children growing, you know, in that way, and have the united family and with a lot of love, pure love, and then a sincere love. I mean, that's what I make my feelings, you know, they have been the best.